So let's begin our meditation today by bringing our awareness intentionally to this moment, to consciously bring awareness, attention right in to this very moment in time. And the first thing you notice that it's not something we normally do. We talk about it quite a bit, but we don't normally just consciously bring awareness to this moment. And again, just noticing what that's like. What is it to be right here, right now? And that's the gift of now, of awareness. And let's shift our awareness to our physical body as we just check by scanning the body from head to toe, noticing what's happening within the physical body. Is there tension, tightness, disturbance, maybe pain, discomfort, anywhere in the body? And all we're doing is bringing awareness, attention to what is actually happening. And now consciously relaxing the body, the energy flow throughout the whole body, just consciously relaxing that. And relaxing and releasing, letting go where possible. Softening the muscles in your face, your shoulders, your arms, chest, abdomen, lower body, all the way to your feet and toes. And now, just for a few moments, let's bring our awareness to our breathing. We'll breathe together for 5 counts. On each count, simply breathing in and out. If you can, breathe in through the nose and out through your mouth, if that is comfortable. At the top of the in-breath, we will hold for a moment and then breathe out slowly. Let's begin breathing in together to the count of 1. Holding the breath and breathing out. And relax. Breathing in together to the count of 2. Holding the breath and breathing out. And relax. Now again, bringing full awareness to our breathing, breathing in together to the count of 3. Holding the breath and breathing out. And relax. Full awareness on the breath as we breathe together to the count of 4. Holding and breathing out. And breathing in to the count of 5. Hold the breath. Breathing out. And relax. Now bringing your attention within, consciously going behind the thinking mind to the seat of the observer, the seat of consciousness, awareness. And from that seat of awareness, experience the contemplation meditation. And let's bring to mind, what is it to go beyond? to go beyond boundaries, beyond limitations, beyond any sense of a restricted self. And that awareness that beyond is infinite in all directions. It goes on forever. The only way it ceases to be infinite is if and when we create an artificial boundary. And notice in your life how boundaries create the appearance of finiteness in infinite space. Things seem finite because your perception hits mental boundaries that are just as real as physical ones. Just contemplating, noticing that it is you who takes that which goes on forever and places boundaries on it. There are no limitations. There is simply the infinite universe. To go beyond, you keep going past the limits that you put on things, on everything. This requires a change at the very core of your being. Notice that right now you're using your analytical mind to break the world up into individual thought objects. Using the same mind to put these discrete thoughts together in a defined relationship to each other. We do this in an attempt to feel some semblance of control. We see this very clearly in our constant attempt to make the unknown known. Michelson gives the example of when you say to yourself, tomorrow is my day off. It should not dare to rain tomorrow. My friend Jennifer loves being outdoors. She'll most certainly want to go hiking with me. In fact, if I want an extra day off, Tom won't mind covering for me at work, because I covered for him before. You have it all figured out. You know how everything is supposed to be, even the future. Notice how views, opinions, preferences, concepts, goals, beliefs are all ways of bringing the infinite universe down to the finite, where you feel some sense of control. The analytical mind cannot handle the infinite. We create an alternate reality of finite thoughts that remain fixed within your mind. You take the whole, break it into pieces, and select a handful of these pieces to be put together in a certain way within your mind. This mental model becomes your reality. Notice how you struggle day and night to make the world fit your model. How you label everything that doesn't fit as wrong, unfair, unjust, bad. If anything happens that challenges how you view things, you tend to fight, you defend, you rationalize, you get frustrated, angry over simple things. The result of being unable to fit what's actually happening into your model of reality. to go beyond this model that you've created, you have to take the risk of not believing in it. If your mental model is causing disturbance, is bothering you, it's simply because it doesn't incorporate reality. Your choice to either resist reality or go beyond the limits of this created model. In order to truly go beyond this model you created, you must first understand why you built it. Let's look at an easy way to do that when we look at what happens when the model does not work. Contemplating a time in your life where you built your whole world on a model of life predicated upon another person's behavior or the permanence of a relationship. Have you ever had that foundation pulled out completely from underneath you? Somebody leaves, somebody dies, something goes very wrong, something shakes your model to the very core. When this happens, your entire view of who you believe you are, including your relationship to everyone and everything around you, all the things around you, it begins to fall apart. You do everything you can to hold it together. You fight, you beg, you struggle to keep your world from collapsing. Once you've had an experience like that, and most people have, realize the model you've built is tenuous at best. The entire thing can fall apart. The whole model and all that it's built upon, which includes your view of yourself and everything else, can easily start to crumble. When you experience this happening, and most of us have at some point in our lives, it is one of the most important learning experiences. You come face to face with what made you build that model. The level of discomfort and pain and disorientation you experience when this happens is frightening. You struggle just to gain back some semblance of normal perception. What's really happening is you're trying to pull the mental model back around you so that you can settle down into your familiar mental setting. Remembering that the word familiar comes from the Latin la familia, which means the family. It is not necessary for the entire world to fall apart in order for us to see what we're doing in there. We're constantly trying to hold it together. If you want to see why you do the things you do, don't do them for a while and see what happens. Again, Michael Singer gives the example of a smoker. You decide to stop smoking. You confront the urges that cause you to smoke. And these urges are the reason you do smoke. The outermost layer of cause. If you can sit through these urges you see what caused them. If you can get comfortable with what you see, you will face the next layer of causation, and so on, layer upon layer. In the same way, there's a reason why you overeat, why you dress the way you do, a reason for everything you do. If you want to see why you care so much about what you wear, what your hair is like, don't do any of it for one day. Wake up in the morning, go somewhere completely disheveled, your hair a mess, and notice what happens to the energies within inside of you. What happens when you don't do the things that make you comfortable? You see what you see. It's why you're doing them. Constantly trying to stay within your comfort zone. How we struggle to keep people, places, things in a manner that supports our model of the world. If things start to go a different way, you get uncomfortable. The mind then becomes active, telling you how to get things back to the way you need them to be. Notice how the moment somebody starts behaving in a way that is outside your expectations, the mind begins talking. What should I do about this? I can't ignore what she just said, what he just did. Maybe I could confront him directly, ask someone else to talk to him. The mind is telling you to fix it. It doesn't really matter what you end up doing. It's all about getting back within your own comfort zone. This zone is finite. Every attempt to stay within it keeps you finite. Going beyond means letting go of the effort to keep things within your defined limits. There are two simple ways you can live. One, you can devote your life to staying in your comfort zone. Or you can work on your freedom. You can devote your whole life to the process of making sure everything fits within your limited model, or you can devote your life to freeing yourself from the limits of this model you've created. To contemplate what it would be like to live the rest of your life, either in confinement or free. You let go of these limits that you placed on yourself. Let's take a moment to contemplate, regroup that meditation in silence.